All right, welcome back to another reaction from RC1 Reactions. Thank you so much for coming by. And we have a new reaction for me to a band I know well, but not as well as I should. So we're going to listen to another song I've never heard from the band Rush. And the Power Windows album, it's called Emotion Detector. Never heard of it. So let's get on with it. Rush, Emotion Detector.
When we lift the covers from our feelings, we expose our insecure spots. Trust is just as rare as devotion. Forgive us our cynical thoughts. If we need too much attention, not content with being good, we must throw ourselves wide open, start acting like a fool. If we need too much approval, then the cuts can seem too cruel. Right to the heart of the matter, right to the beautiful part. Illusions are painfully shattered, right where discovery starts. In the secret wells of emotion, buried deep in our hearts.
All right, let me stop it. um, the obvious thing for me is the lack of guitars. It's over synthesizer, 2 minutes, 17 seconds, and you have this sprinkling of a little bit of guitar. So this to me is just so far part of the reason why I stopped listening to Rush is too progressive for me. No rock. This is obviously got rock overtones, obviously, but it's so synthesized. Everything's synthesizer and drums, of course. And I'm sure the message is great because I don't see the lyrics here, but I'm sure the messaging, the lyric content is amazing because Neil always did a great job with that. But the fact that there's very little guitar sprinkled in, I can hear the guitar, bang, 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 just little taste, little things, like it's in the really in the background. So, what came to my mind is, like I mentioned before, is the interview with Alex Lifeson, how he felt kind of left behind. Not these are not his words. I'm just saying what I remember from this interview years ago. It was he was looking for a space to fill, and I would just guess that he was uninspired by the music, and he couldn't find a way to fit more guitars in there to fill in. This is just my brain. Nobody else's. Not his words at all. But I would dare say he was uninspired by the music, and couldn't find his place in that space because it was so filled with synthesizer, and it wasn't overdone. I'm not saying there's synthesizers just overdoing the song. It was just he obviously didn't feel he could fit in there and add to the song. So he did the right thing, staying back and just letting the song do its thing. So anyway, that's just my perception. I'm a loser. I'm nobody, but I decided to do a reaction channel, and this is what I signed up for, to get hammered for sharing my opinion. But again, this is exactly why I stopped listening to Rush, because there was, where's the rock element? Now the storytelling, I'm sure, again, is great, um, but so far, after 2 minutes and 17 seconds, so we're close to halfway. Not quite, but we're close to halfway, and this is a song I wouldn't put on again. So let's finish it, and maybe I'll change my mind. Here we go.
It's true that love can change us, never quite enough. Sometimes we are too tender, sometimes we're too tough. If we get too much attention, it gets hard to overrule. So often fragile power turns to scorn and ridicule. Sometimes our big splashes are just ripples in the cool. Right to the heart of the matter, right to the beautiful part. Illusions are painfully shattered, right where discovery starts. In the sacred wells of emotion, very deep in our hearts.
Yeah, it's all right. Look at that bass. All right. Now it seems like it's almost like the total disappearing act of the synthesizer. It's like complain that there's too much, and now complain that there's none. So it almost seems a little over unbalanced. Now, no synthesizer, just bass, drums, and guitar. So it's a stark contrast to the 2/3 of the song. Now we're doing something different as far as the dynamic and the the filling of the space of song. There's no synthesizer in it now. It sounds odd to me. It sounds really odd that it sounds empty in this spot. Let me hear it again. So yeah, it sounds like Rush again. This sound to me, kill me. Now this sounds more like traditional Rush without no synthesizer. But I remember a comment, and I don't remember your name, but you said something about this happened twice. Both times when I did Rush, the same person said exactly verbatim the same words. So I don't know what's going on in his brain or her brain. Said anybody who, um, whatever, disregards Rush because of keyboards is missing out on whatever. I'm paraphrasing. That's not what I said. As you heard what I said synthesizer, not keyboards. And I didn't say no synthesizer. I can't listen to synthesizer. I said dominant synthesizer was not my taste. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just not my taste. It's like you like vanilla and I like chocolate. We're different. So there's a lot of bands in the 80s I did not like. And you could kill me for it, but I didn't like the British invasion in the 80s. Didn't like it. I didn't like Flock of Seagulls and Talking Heads, and these were really abstract or crazy sound effects. The B-52s, these weird sounds for me, it was just not rock and roll. That's not rock and roll. That was a different genre of music, and it's just not my style. Doesn't mean it's bad. Obviously, they're great. They sold millions of records. It's just not my style. I don't have to listen to what I don't want to listen to. So when it came to Rush doing this stuff here, it wasn't appealing to me. I was in more straight ahead rock and roll. Uh, and of course, when there's so much to pick from in the 80s, you know, between Judas Priest and AC/DC and just so many groups, even Bon Jovi, even Motley Crue, so many different bands that I um, went to their concerts in the '80s. So it's just a observation and a preference. Doesn't mean somebody's group is not good. I really drives me nuts when people get offended when you say something that isn't amazing about the band that they think is amazing. It's just my style, my flavor, the thing I like or don't like. Some, Deep Purple has a keyboard in it and piano. I love Deep Purple. Um, so I have nothing against keyboard. Leonard Skinner has keyboards in it. So doesn't it's not a thing against keyboards. It's just when it goes to one extreme to where you on a step over or step on another instrument that I'm missing. I'm not hearing it. So it's just an observation. I'm rambling on. I enjoy rock and roll guitar, everything balanced. One song or two unbalanced, not a problem. But then when it starts to get overloaded, like they even admit it in their own interview that they went too far and then they came back. So I'm not totally off base. So let's continue and finish the song out. There you go. Back in.
Right to the heart of the matter, right to the beautiful part. Illusions are painfully shattered, right where discovery starts. In the secret wells of emotion, buried deep in our hearts, feelings run high. Illusions are painfully shattered, right where discovery starts.
There you go, Rush. Power Windows Emotion Detector. Yeah, it's not my stuff. It's not my style. But Rush is always awesome. I went to their next to last tour. So I always love listening to Rush. I still listen to Rush. They're on my playlist. So I love Rush. One of my top best concerts ever was back in 1984, I believe, or 83. Exit Stage Left tour. It's just a phenomenal. And then the Signals tour, amazing show. I saw them 2 years in succession there. Great band, Rush, and looking forward to listening to more Rush I've never heard of. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reaction, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And click the notification bell and select all so you'll be notified when I upload the very next video. And do me one favor, share this video with a friend who you want to invite over to attack me. It's perfectly fine. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about, right? It's okay. No, I'm just having fun. Criticism is part of the par for course. It's part of the deal of being a reaction channel. So no problem at all. Please invite friends over. I would appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching RC1 Reactions, and I'll catch you on the next reaction video.